I'm Cheri with my girlfriend's quilt shop, and today we're going to look at the belt loop binders on your serger. What are those even used for? And they look so crazy. Let's take a closer look at them. In front of me I have two belt loop binders. I have one that's 1.5 inches, and I have one that is 3/4 inches. Crazy enough, these are for making belt loops. But you might think, I don't sew a lot of pants. What am I going to do with that? Well, you can use the belt loop binder to not only make belt loops, but to make large ribbons that go through maybe a cinch sack. You can also use them for your straps on a crossbody bag, or who knows what you'll use it for next. Let's take a look at how to set this up and get ready to use our belt loop binder. Today we're going to be using the one that's 1.5 inches. And so I cut my fabric 1/4 inch bigger. So this is cut at 1 5/8. If I was using the smaller one, I would cut it at 7/8. We're going to be using our table, and I like to have this little tip right here. This is my sewing table, and I like to store my screws right here underneath. They just screw in, and then they're always there, and I don't have to worry about them rolling around in my tray and getting lost. So I'm going to take those off. And when we get over to the machine, we will set that up with this like that. And we'll line that up on our machine with our foot so that we get this exactly in the right place. Today I'm sewing on my Baby Lock Triumph, which is a cover and chain machine and a serger. We're going to be setting up for a triple cover stitch, but I'm just going to use 2 of my needles. So I've got it all set up. And I have my 2 needles in the C1 and the C3 position. My length is set between a 2 and a 3. And my chain needle tension is set between a 4 and a 6. And my chain looper tension is set between a 0 and a 1. I'm going to make sure that the upper looper selector is down and that my blade is locked. We're going to put our sewing table on. Slip it up into place, make sure that this is on serging, and close that up. Now we're going to take our belt loop binder, and we want to try and make sure that it is lined up with the needles in between the center of that. So about right there, and then I'm going to screw these in. And the second one to keep it straight on there. And I'm going to take my piece of fabric and I'm just going to cut the ends so that it's in a point. So I'll just take it like this, cut from the outside to the fold, and I have a little point. That makes it easy for me to slide this into the belt loop binder. I'm going to come here, I'm going to use my tweezers to slide that in. And when you're using either a chain stitch or a cover stitch, you always want your needles to go into the fabric on those first stitches. So I'm just going to slide that up until I can see that that's under my needles. Then I'm going to put my foot down, and I am ready to start stitching my belt loop by my belt loop. If you take a look, we had the green thread in for the C1 needle and the red in for the C3 needle. On the back, we had this yellow thread to show what the looper was doing. So you can see there that the looper created its nice little zigzag back and forth to finish our belt loop binder. Now you have the perfect strap for your new bag or maybe that tie for your cinch sack. Go try out your belt loop binder today.